How's it going, guys? Today I'm going to be showing you how to make insane breakbeat like Notion and his track Secrets. Here's a preview of his track. Let's get straight into it and see how it's made from scratch. Great, the first thing you'll notice is the BPM of this project is 87.05. This might change slightly later, but a lot of breakbeats are around this sort of BPM. We've also got this little vocal, you've been keeping secrets, which is taken from the original track. Great, so when I'm making breakbeat, I like to start with a bass line and then put the drums on top of that. So let's start by inserting a new MIDI track. Let's go over to our favorite synth, Serum, plugins. I'm then going to go straight to Speed Garage Volume 2 pack and select a preset. So I've got this Reese Secrets. I'm going to show you how to make this after I've laid down the drums, but for the sake of speed, let's get some MIDI down. Great, so the first note in the track is C sharp. Then it's up to E. Then it's G sharp for a double. If you've already got the preset pack, then you can obviously skip this step. It is actually a preset for my new Speed Garage Volume 2 Serum preset pack. You can get that from the link in the description. The pack has tons of sick reses, warps, literally everything you need to be making sick breakbeat and Speed Garage. But I'm going to show you now how to make this preset from scratch. Great, so hit menu, initiate preset, go to this sub and select the saw wave, pitch it down by 2, turn oscillator A off, go to oscillator B, let's go analog, basic shapes, and we want a saw wave in this. So this is the same wave as this. It's going to sound like this. We then want to pitch this down by -1, but then put the semitones up 7, so it's making like a chord. Let's turn this random down. Put the filter on A, B, noise, sub. You can control this cutoff and select how many high frequencies you want in. I'm going to leave it about 4,000 Hertz. You can obviously come back and change this later. I'm also going to put this unison up and then detune it. This makes it much wider, as you can hear. Let's now go over to the effects and turn on the hyper. Let's bring the hyper dry wet to about 22%. Turn on the distortion unit and let's select the diode 2. Bring down the mix and let's dial it in. Bring that drive up. Great, and now we've got that, we can work on the drums. So if you don't have any of your own breakbeat drums, then just go online and search Breakbeat Amen loops, example, and then you just follow these links and then download them. Are you gonna get a virus? Maybe, but it will be worth it for the sweet drums. I've obviously done this step already and I've got my own little folder here with like a few of my favorites. At this point, you can start listening to them. What I like to do is grab all the ones that I sort of like and then drag them in like this. To then save time, I sort of cut them so they're a little bit shorter, get them all lined up like so, and then start listening. That one, meh. That's quite cool. This one. That's cool as well. The speed's wrong, so let's half it. That's fucking bad, boy. Chuck that down there. Again, that's half time, so use this to half it. Too harsh. Not a fan. Cool, but I'd say no. And then lastly, no. So what we're left with are these two bulldozer ones. So bulldozer 2. And then bulldozer 1. I mean, I like the first half of both, but not the second half. So let's just cut it in half and see how that sounds. Let's listen to this other one. Try even layering them together. Cool, so these don't really work stacked on top of each other, so I'm just going to delete this one and let's find some more. Maybe ones that aren't in my little favorites folder. So let's go all results. Again, just start dragging them up. That's cool. A classic. Let's see how that layers. Nope. Oh, fucking hell. Nope. That kind of works. Repeat that. Cool, and let's hear that. You've been keeping secrets, telling little. Could even try and half this. I feel like that's a little bit slow. Cool, I mean that sounds pretty good. Obviously next what you could do is chop them up yourself. So you could obviously go in manually and then just sort of duplicate bits, chop beats out of here. Maybe chuck, something like that. Actually, maybe move forward, and let's see what that sounds like. Obviously, you can chop it up and make it your own. Like, you could get so creative with this. Even do little breaks, cut sections. Another cool thing you can do is there's this beat repeat plugin. So it's called beat repeat. So if you just solo this passport amen, it will like cut it up for you. So let's just look at one of these presets. So maybe slap back. Or maybe fill in the gaps. So yeah, look, you can literally drag any of these in. And you can see get involved and like mash up the grid a little bit, change the intervals. Obviously, it's going to take a while to make it sound good as like a whole track. But yeah, there's definitely a few ways you can get creative with your breaks. Great, guys. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed that video. I will see you next time. Cheers.